In this episode, we're going to take a look at a classified version of G.I. Joe's resident stuntman and martial arts expert, Quick Kick. So, stick around. Hello, fellow dorks and dorkettes, and welcome to It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. My name's Rob, and in this episode, we'll be taking a look at the new G.I. Joe classified Quick Kick. I just recently got this in the mail, and I am super excited to take a look. And as we can see right off the bat, they have gone back to their windowed packaging, and I kind of dug the windowless packaging, but recently I did stumble upon a figure that was mutilated on the inside of the box. No harm, no foul, because I could fix it and it was drastically clearanced, but still a bummer. So I finally get why so many people complained about that. Anyway, we have not done a G.I. Joe classified figure review unboxing in a while. And that's not saying that I haven't gotten any new ones. I've gotten a lot, as you can see behind me. I mean, I got this shelf mostly to display my classified figures, and it's almost full already. So I'm thinking I have to separate the Cobra side of things, and yeah, that kind of gives me anxiety. You guys with toy rooms, do you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, one thing I have to say, I got the new figures, I opened them up, but it just didn't feel the same without sharing it with everybody. I know it's a silly, childish thing, but I really like sharing the enjoyment and excitement of taking a look at these figures with everybody. So I'm going to go back to the way things were and do these reviews. I actually did try a few new methods of reviewing, and yeah, I just made a lot more work for myself. And for what reason? We just want to look at the toy. So without further ado, let's take a look at Quick Kick.
Yo, Joe!
Okay, folks, here is Quick Kick. And okay, without diving into the figure too much and playing with it, I am super impressed with this figure and the accessories it comes with. I mean, like I said, without hands-on playing with it, I'm just going to make the blanket statement right now that this is how Hasbro should be doing things. Look at how many pieces of gear he comes with and customizable features. I mean, you get all of this without the deluxe price tag that a lot of other Hasbro figures that come with accessories gets. So, normal price figure with awesome accessories. So, let's take a look at the accessories before we get into anything else. And as you can see here, he comes with his classic red backpack, although the original seemed more like, just a slouch bag. This is more tactical with different pouches and things on it, and a place for his two swords. So we'll put that back here. Next are nunchucks. He comes with two of these. There we go. Stupid focusing. Come on. There we go. Hold it here. Sorry, I got paint and stuff all over me. I was customizing some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figures today. But anyway, I have to say, I mean, it has little heads on the end. I don't know if those are snakes or like a lion's face. I want to say lion, because why would he have Cobra? But just look at the modeling on this. Each individual
link on the chain. It's very posable, unlike Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where Michelangelo usually gets a big, thick, unmovable pair of nunchucks. He gets two very pliable ones. And this is where I like seeing that soft plastic. Hate seeing it on guns that get all bent up and out of shape, but here works perfectly. He also comes with a chocolate bar, which is very reminiscent of the cartoon and some of the hijinks he would get into with like Alpine and Bazooka. Pretty cool. By the way, this is something Bazooka could probably use as well. You get the two swords that I mentioned when we looked at the backpack. It has the same head of an animal, we'll say tiger, that the nunchucks had. Very nice blade, very smooth and straight for the most part, which is shocking because a lot of those clamshelled, is that what you even call it, the vacuum sealed plastic containers that house the character and his accessories usually ends up bending the blades, I've noticed. So pretty cool to see them in pretty good shape. Here we have a throwing star, like animated accessory. Again, focus issues, I apologize. So that's pretty cool. But I had to look on the Hasbro Pulse website to even see how he's supposed to hold this. I feel like an idiot, but I didn't really know. And on the back of the package, all they show is this, without him using it. So I wanted to double check, and I had to go there. Now, this is the thing that I wish all the figures would come with. I mean, the earlier figures had zero customizable limbs or hands or heads. So it is really awesome to see them be included. And it's something I hope we get more of. But we have two chopping hands, which fits the character, of course. Knife edge somebody, chop something, what have you. And we also have two fists. As you can see, the character right now has gripping hands. So here are closed fist hands that allow him to fight like Big Boa, who he's kind of paired up with in the marketing. And we have this other head. I mean, the only thing really different is maybe longer hair, windswept. I mean, it looks awesome. He looks very stern, resolved, ready to kick some Cobra butt. I really dig it. So it adds a nice little, like, epic scene with the wind blowing. Very awesome. So now that we looked at all that, let's take a look at the figure up close and see how all this gear fits on and how he uses it. As we can see, he has his classic sash with shuriken, classic black pants, and no shoes. Now they've added some painting details here, which are really nice. I like that. And the thing I'm super happy with are these. A home for his nunchucks. So before we take them home, we're going to pose him with them and play with them, but that's where they'll end up, and I'm super happy with it. I love when figures come with a place for all their gear. He seems to have a little bit more articulation in the feet. We'll use this figure stand, which I forgot to mention does not come with Quick Kick. I wish more figures came with stands. This stand actually came with the Retro Gung Ho, but I still use it for everything. Let's move the camera down a little bit. I bumped my background here. I just went with a very basic retro background that I made. Well, it seems like he wants to tip over the more I pose him. But that's pretty cool. Very happy with that pose. Let's check out some more poses with his gear. Here he is with his swords. They went into his hands nicely. There was no fighting. They slid right in. Always a bonus. We got his backpack on. Looks good. So now we are switching heads. I'm going to kind of go with the same setup here. Now we will give him nunchucks. Okay, here he is with one nunchuck in hand. We will put the other one in real quick. And I wish these laid down a little bit better. I might be able to get them to, but I don't want to break them either, because it is very delicate molding here to have each link of the chain. As much as I appreciate it, it is kind of structurally weak. So we can pretend he's swinging them around. So I really like this alternative head. And now we will put them in the loops in his belt. So there he is with them in his belt. Looking good. I like that. Let's see how it works with his backpack on, if it impedes it at all. It doesn't. Wow. Well designed. Props to whoever did that. Now, the shuriken, I saw that it's just simply like he's throwing them. But it kind of looks awkward. So let's check out some of the hands and see how they look. Okay, I really like this pose. But, I mean, for how mobile his feet are, how poseable I should say, the weight distribution of the backpack is what's messing it up. And that's no big deal, just remove the backpack. But, I mean, it's something to take note of. But I think that looks super awesome. So now we're going to try it out with his fists, and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, here he is with his fists. And just like every other customizable feature and accessory with this figure, it works. It's perfect. It looks great on him. You can do really cool poses with them. I mean, top-notch figure. Top-notch. I am so glad this character, which is one of my favorites, finally made it to the classified scale. And believe me, they did not skimp at all. I mean, great accessories, great customizable parts for them. Just perfect. So we are going to compare him to his original figure, and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, I have to admit I'm kind of cheating with this one, because this is the original figure, but the gear that he has is from, other than the backpack, is from the Fun School version of the figure, which is here. And the only real difference between them is skin color. The paint applications aren't as crisp on this, and he has a hole in his chest from, I guess, where the mold had an air bubble. But other than that, so he can stand over here. He's still part of the group, but we're not talking about him right now. But he came with one sword, one nunchuck. Here, of course, he comes with two of each, which is awesome. You can see still still has the tied off bandana detail there. Sorry I knocked you over. You can take a break over here. He has blue pouches here, which they're not blue here. That'd be a fun little customization to paint these little pouches blue. But anyway, his sash, it's up and down here and across, but we still have 3 shuriken. Bandana still has the red circle for Japan. Black pants, and like I mentioned, these don't have the same details on the side as the new one does. And since these are the Fun School weapons, they're very, very fragile. They did not add any extra plastic where they didn't need to. And that's fair. Maybe not. Anyway, a great update to a classic figure. And I'm super happy with it. So let's head back to me and finish this up.
Okay, folks, back to me. I think I said it enough during this review of how great this figure is. I mean, it is few and far between when you run into a bad G.I. Joe classified figure. And even if they have things you're not happy with, overall, the figures have always been solid. Like I mentioned at the very beginning, the figures are now back in the windowed packaging, which at first I didn't understand why people were upset, but after having a personal experience with a busted figure, I now know why. So, apologies for any smart talk that I may have had in the past about it, because now I know. And knowing's half the battle. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everyone. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this, or any of the episodes that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you'll be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Keep being rad, and stay dorky.